I was going to not fib on my breakfast and make it a brunch at home. Just throw in vegetables, some quinoa, some couscous, you know, figure it out. And then as for as protein and egg. So that's what I did today. And I was like, let's just hope, because there was like broth that my older son had made. And so I was like, I hope it's still good in the I hope it's still good in the fridge. And it was. So that's what I did today. And so like I'm feeling the heat. Anyway, let's talk in code. I want to see what comes of this. And on the left side, I have the Empress side going to the inbox. You see? Drawing in from the inbox. Not afraid, just looking at it as a piece of like sunlight. A patch of, yeah, sunlight. Through like the clouds, you know? Drawing in that portal. I do that sometimes, like when I intend on going to the beach, but it takes me a long ass time to get ready just because I'm like, oh, I'll just put the sunblock on over here so I don't have to rub it on myself in public. Stuff like that. It's not like the bikini try on, it's like all the apprehension, like, well, I don't want to go hungry, but I don't want to be like, you know, full on full. So it's just all of that. And I find it kind of reminds me of this thing that just came up on my feed, Ferris Bueller, how he's talking his friend into like coming on over after calling him sick, and he's like beating himself up, like, I just don't know, I don't know, you know, that kind of thing. I don't think I've watched that movie all the way through because it was a little bit before my time. So the other version of that is The Breakfast Club. I'm the weird girl that crushes the cornflakes into her sandwich with like sugar packets. That's me. I remember actually doing something very similar to that. And because I've been snacking so much, I decided I'm going to get some bran flakes. They help. What, can you tell me why cereal is so expensive now? Like, holy crap, like anywhere from, I don't know, $7 to $8 for a box of cereal? You're fucking crazy. So look what I found. Anyway, okay, I have to blow my nose because it's hot. Anyways, drawing in from that portal. Okay. And then on the right side, the doing side, Knight of Pentacles. So something is coming through. I know it is. So on either side, that is the directive, okay? In fact, what animal spirit shall I get from here? What shall I embody? Me and my divine collective. What should we embody? No. That one, the hawk. Okay. So focus. But that's like the lay of the land, but the scope is the lay of the land. But there's a direct target, okay? Piercing target. I forgot. Let's wear my earrings. My earrings. I figured I wasn't supposed to do any further readings, like hold off, lay low for a while, but I can talk in code, okay? So I call upon my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. And so we shall only allow the messaging that should be decoded according to each recipient, okay? None more, none the less, okay? But all the richer. Okay, so the hawk, that's what I should embody and my collective should embody right now. In fact, I think that's already in the vibe. Like, you look here, you look there, at any other angle, there's an element of receptivity, okay? So this is the amplified version of the Six of Pentacles in reverse as we've been seeing it, okay? It's time to receive, Okay? But it also means that we maintain our targets. Okay? Our aims. Okay? Hold your aim. Oh, this is assassin energy too. Okay, so just an FYI, what are the oppositions? Like what energy do they embody that they're like encapsulated in and they cannot get out of? Like what's the box that they've set themselves in? Octopus, hands everywhere. There's also like a mask, like a guy's a camouflage almost, like trying to blend into their environment. This is highly intelligent energy that they are attempting to embody. So let me see here. They can move on land too, not just in their home networks. All right, almost alien-like. As let me see. So they've caught themselves in that position. All right. So all the more reason for focus. And you know, shoulders relax when you're holding your aim. Okay. Definitely getting into position. All right. 8 hands about. Okay. Now, an octopus, for one thing, the disadvantage for them is that they cannot carry on with aerial pursuits. They do not have the advantage of the, you know, bird's eye scope. They cannot fly. So therefore, there's a limit to how much they can ascend, like what they can scale. They can go down, you know, through the depths of, you know, these caves and the ocean, etc. But where we stand, that's like, it's out of reach for them. All right. Okay. I felt that a little concerning, but, you know, you gotta have some faith in yourself. All right. So, speaking code. What needs to come through? Page of Wands in reverse and 6 of Pentacles upright. There is an exchange. Okay. An initiation of exchange. So there might be some like powwows in which you know what, I should get my other deck out, because if I want to speak in code, the other thing, the Archetypes Tarot, or the Archetypes deck, I think Kim Carnes, the same person, yeah, Kim Carnes. Kim Carnes, I think, is a singer of something. Oh yeah, Betty Davis eyes. Oh yeah, okay. So this is like the initiation point of negotiations. All right, so give me a second, because what are you gonna see back here? My unfolded blankets, my other toes. She's a weirdo. Okay, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna get the Kim Carnes, Crans archetype deck, the round ones. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna turn on the fan. She's back. My toes really, this is like my more normal toes. In case you see me, so you're not so like, ah! Did you see? Did you catch hold of that? And these are my abnormal ones. Oh. That's why I have to wear like the toe spacers. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid. Okay, so okay, speaking in code, what should we expect out of these okay, tell me in fragments in code. You know, actually, I noticed that in my readings, there are side stories. Like, if you pick up on it, there are clues to macrocosmic energies. So let's just talk about it, okay? So what should I expect out of these negotiations? The initiation point. Is it going to be like Ender, and it's like gets tricked into obliterating a certain species? Like, what should we expect? Me and my divine collective. What shall we expect? First, we gotta knock. Hello. Oh, it landed on the crown of the side of the what do you call it? The octopus. Psh, okay, the offering. They have an offering. What is it? Oh, but okay, the hunter in reversal. So that's what's the initiation point. Like face value, that's the story that they're coming on along with, at least like the alibi. We can't buy into it as an energy imprint just yet, but this is the impression that they are offering. Okay, like, I'm not going to kill you, I just want to talk to you. All right, so this first batch here, what goes into it is, oh, let's stop for the moment. Stop for a moment, baby. I'm so glad you're mine. What is it? Amy Grant. Okay, so that's kind of like the Chariot card. I mean, just looking at intuitively, like the drawing. So here, the offering inverted, the storm inverted, the unseen. See? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's kind of like that, but it's also like that. So there's something that's kept within them. There's like this striking, like, oh, I didn't expect that from you. Oh, now you're coming to me. Like, oh, what are your intentions? Father time. Okay, the hunter in reverse, the womb in reverse, agape in side to side. Yeah, well, it's horizontal. Okay. And then the nectar in reverse. Let me see if they do them in reversals. I think they do. It's like been a year or so since I've used this deck, at least. So the nectar is listed as LV3. Okay, so that is L50. So 58 maybe? Let's find out. Yeah, LV3, the nectar. If it is in reversal, when in dark, fixation on fixing, aggressive approach to healing. Yeah, people are in dire need. People are in absolute trouble. The opposition is in trouble. They're struggling. That's why the reach is amplified. They are in desperate need. But you save yourself, you know what I mean? At this point, when we're saving up, at least I am. I'm saving up the energy, like, hold my breath. When there comes a push, I will know what energy to mirror, to mimic, basically, to them. Okay, so all those imprints stored from those candid moments of how people presented to themselves, that's the job. That's the job. So but that's let me see here. Yep. So agape. So 11. Okay, so is that 72 then? LXXII. Let's find out. Oh, I just got it right there. Okay, and it's in horizontal form. Okay, so when in light, upright, service, reverence, honor, joy. When in dark, spiritual bypassing and righteousness. Oh, these people feel entitled for a return. And then the womb card, XLVI, that's 26. LXVI. No. Aye, Captain. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, XL. That's okay. 76? No. Yeah. Okay, I need to go jump back here. XL. No, not 20. XL. No, that's XI. We're gonna get there. She'll be coming around that mountain when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses. She'll be riding 6 white horses. She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes. Okay, XLVI. Where the heck are you? I need answers. I wasn't feeling too good today. I was like, this is not... I should be on the move. But then I felt so overwhelmed by all the surprise things today. Like, all the commitments. I'm like, fuck. This is workable still, okay? Oh, XL. VI. Okay. So, the womb. Okay, in reversal, when dark, stricken, ecological crisis, infertility, imbalance. Oh, for sure. For sure. These people are coming in for themselves. Not for the us factor, not for the collective factor, but for themselves. Completely selfish. So, it is obvious, you know, like the way they move. IX. Okay, the hunter in reverse. When in dark, irresponsible, violates, violent, peaching. What is, poaching. That's crazy. So, they're gonna come in nicely, you know, and, but their intent, you know, it's like, when push comes to shove, it's like, how low can you go, really? So this is all taken note of, okay? They're not in for negotiations, because even within negotiations where they're in need, they're going to offer, they're going to try to give you the short end of the stick. Look, see, I'm actually giving you something, you know, like, you should be grateful. Like, oh my God, these people have huge egos. Okay, so, okay, what shall our response be? Where are you here? What is that? I'm shocked. Like, I have never seen such, like, clear-cut messaging here. Okay, so somewhere in here, there's going to be embedded, encoded messages. But there's also going to be some that are very obvious. Aye, aye, Captain Obvious. This is the one. What do we ask? Okay, what should we, how should we connect ourselves? Something like that. Anyway, let's read it. The stone, inverted. The orphan, in reversal. So, you take their pretty stone, you look at it, and you're like, okay, well, this is attractive on its own. Like, oh, you know what this is? Can I tell them? So this is like, you know, stuff that's happening worldwide. It just came up on my feed. I didn't even realize it. I wouldn't have known if I had not followed a particular energy. And so, like, it's, what do you want to say about this? Like, what is it? Detainment centers? You know, people, when there's, like, trafficking in a different variety, let's say, and people are involved. That's what's at stake. There's like an offering of like, okay, we'll let these people go, you know, well, here you go, you know, and it's like oftentimes children, which is, this is fucking crazy to me. So the orphan here in like 5 in reverse is kind of like, you know, the Hierophant, if we're just looking at straight up tarot, but I don't get the vibe of this 100%. You know, like they say, I believe the children are our future. That's when we're looking at the Hierophant energy. So, this is crazy. Hold on. I don't even know what to expect. I like to keep it, you know, fresh. Oh, shit. There we go. The orphan in reverse, when dark. Oh, distanced, hates the avoids. Oh no, hates and avoids controlling, limiting, distance. Okay, so you know what this is telling me, just looking at this? This is like, we don't bargain and we don't negotiate with terrorist behaviors. That's what that's telling me. Because, like, do you understand? Like, if it has to come to this, where you're going to, like, see that it's, you know, it's like, it's a commodity. You're still transacting on something that isn't a commodity. Like, it has its own rights, you know, these energies. Anyway, I guess this is inverse a little bit when we're talking about out of order versus disorder. The encrypted meanings are also very much on a domestic level. So that's where you're gonna find something. So I should be showing you, okay? They expect that, they think that this is a handout, you see. They're offering a handout. And they not. That's crazy. Like, the interpretation is crazy. All right, so LXVI. We're going somewhere here. LXVII. The stone. Okay, when in light, steadfast, loyal, committed, present. When in dark, weighted down, holding back, cold. Yeah, so you do like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what I initially got from here, but I was like, is that just me? Is that just, I don't know. But this is, you know, the gray rock method. Like, this will not do. So there's a retraction here on this bargaining thing. So I think there's something about like a plea bargain type of energy with how weighted this is. You already know that it's no good. The energy behind it is absolutely not good. Hold aside the identity, like the identifying of a certain party to create a non-bias effect. If we're looking at the issue as it stands like this will not do. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. What fell on the offering? Page of Cups in reverse, the Magician, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and Temperance. Okay. You can't really see. Why does it? Maybe it's the lighting on here. Give me a second. Ah, much better. Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. So the energy behind this is take your cup back. Like, I'm not accepting it. Page of Cups in reverse. Like, I can figure it out on my own, almost effortlessly. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I have a certain mastery which will allow for greater flexibility and a greater point of resolution. So like, rather than getting a half-assed offer with the short end of the stick that's actually very temporary in its offering of light, I can create like a multifaceted solution that knocks out many birds with one stone, or that of the hands of the octopus. And so Temperance, yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, the Temperance card. I didn't even know how to tie it in together. I was like, let's just go with it. And so yeah, like that accesses, you know, your realm. So I have keys to that too, whether you believe it or not. Oh my gosh, the Magician also has wings. How crazy! And it's like the trinkets on it, you know, like I'm a well decorated aviator. So there might be some like hold on, how do you call them? It's not the Navy. What do you call it? You know, the military that's in the sky? What do you call them? Because there's like, okay, National Guard, Navy SEALs, Marines? Are they all the same? I don't know. what do you call the aviating people? The flight people. Anyway, it's those people. So again, extreme focus, but also relaxed shoulders. Remember, we're flying here. What the heck? That's weird. There's something cosmic about this. Like, I have very, very, very talented, just very gifted practitioners that are using their gifts very, very well. Like, more than applaudable. Standing ovation. The wave, even. And so there's something about, like, you know, in old school video games. Is it Pac-Man? At least one of them. So you go off one screen and then you enter through the other side. So same thing with the portals as far as going up and then accessing the portal from down below. Definitely. These are well decorated. These are not just your average. In fact, they're, I shouldn't say that part. Well, I mean, the part that I was gonna say, not to say. Stop it. Yeah, so, okay, there's that. Okay, what's the card for them? The sword in reverse. LXII. Yeah, this is like the universe's sword in the stone. Like, they are exclusively resource. They have a certain specialty. And so they are only sourced for the greatest of needs, for only worthy causes. I want to know. And I should be reading it both in upright and reversal. Oh my god, oh my god, that's so weird. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. Okay. Okay, when in light, cutting through. So I am supposed to read it in both positions because Archangel Michael, okay? And when in light, cutting through to what is essential. When in dark, hasty, backstabbing, a dull and painful blade. Alright, so to use the sword is to decide. The blade is to decide. The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made, and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourself. And again, we're noting the Empress, the primary card on the recipient side, on the intuitive side, okay? Where are we here? Okay. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny. Contemplate the Buddhist philosophy of the first and second arrow. Swing the sword once with precision and commitment. More than that will be painful for everyone involved. Okay. Boundary making, prioritizing, and clarifying are all gestures made possible by the sword. The sword is a metaphor for the pen and the brush, the artist's fierce and graceful tools. Yeah, okay. That was important. Hello. Alright, so that is for those aviators. I don't know what you call them. Why I can't remember. I don't know. Alright, anything else that needs to be shared? Let me get a little bite of this. The father, too. So this is looking at things in its negative format, as well as like penny for your thoughts. looking at the primary version of, let's say, drawing tools, pen and paper. And then also looking at things in color, like Technicolor. Okay. So it offers different perspectives. Again, also an inverse. So we're looking at the Emperor, the Emperor in High Priestess format. Okay. All right. This is weird. I don't know what else to say here. Okay. How in time? Okay, 30 minutes. All right, so takeaways now? Yes? Yeah, because I have a lot of things to tend to. Okay. One takeaway from my expanded divine panel of the Infinite 8 to my divine crew. First off, 4 of Wands in reverse. A logistics shift. That's what they're telling me right here. This is a logistics shift as well as a, what do you call it, a foundational shift. It's so some firms may be modifying their terms when it comes to like their mission statement, you know, or recreating, rebranding with reformatting who their founding fathers are, which is something that I've never heard of before, but yeah, again, and then also a paradigm shift. It could be moving houses, like I am no longer working the left-handed path or like the middle path. I am solely working on the right. Just, just like that. I'm no longer part of this organization. I am now affiliated with this. And this is why. And this is the proof. Three of Swords. Because they actually not just meant me harm, they did me harm. And it's time that I look out for myself. Definitely. Okay, top of the deck, no secrets of the sauce. King of Cups, again, an intuitive healer. I saw turtles in the clouds today. I wanted to take a picture, but they're like, no, save it for you. People are going to try to fuck that up. Okay? So, there's, you see turtles. And there were 2. One was asking the other for directions or whatever, like asking for help. And they're like, dude, I'm going here, but that's where I'm going. You have your own, directive. It was kind of like that. Like, you wouldn't expect that out of turtles. It was weird. All right, so, one takeaway from my divine collective of Live a Lot. Queen of Wands. Ooh. Witches. Practitioners. These are highly attractive divine feminines. Clarified by 5 of Cups in reverse. You've already done your bidding. You've already said your goodbyes. Au revoir. Goodbye. You did it. You done did it with style. With grace. Okay, what's the meat in your sandwich? I'm gonna put this in between. And the heart in reverse. Yeah, you're very much well invested, but you also had to say goodbye, like, to those heartstrings. 31 is an angel number here for you. In fact, 315 to be more. All right. Is it 531? No, it's 315 is an angel number for you. Okay. Just so you know, we'll get the explanatory view of this. Okay, in reversal, when in dark, fraught, tangled, betrayal. Oh God. That's why. It's the obvious. The heart, when in light, is expansive, knowing, gentle, clarity. The home, the center, the throne. She's playing a harp. Okay. Okay, she's minding her own business. Good. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So my 3 takeaways are... First one. Judgment. I called it. Second takeaway. 2 of Cups. Partnerships. On lock. On fleek, on lock. My third takeaway is 10 of Cups. Holy crack. This is good. This 12 of Cups. Okay. So there's some objectivity in holding what's yours for your own, Tina. This is me being right and straight with my version of 10 of Cups with a prefix of, you know, it's not so isolated. 210 is an angel number for me. In fact, it could be 32 as well. Okay, so I have a double decker sandwich. What goes in the first spot? The mask. There's different sides of you, Tina. I need to read that part. LXI. And it goes here. Right before the sword. Okay, the persona, the performance, the reveal. Okay, when in light reveals what has been suppressed. When in dark further conceals what is rejected. Going deeper, the masks of James Ensor, Joan Jonas, Jimmy Durham. Think of a mask or costume you wore that felt empowering, marvelous, or fun. Who is it you were being? Is that who still is within you? I think the best one was Chewbacca, the one where you open the mouth and it starts like, you know, making those sounds. That was fun. I just had a blast in that. I'm not as geeky on the Star Wars, you know, thing as you would suspect, because like I only know what I know, and so I don't know what Chewbacca represents except another species that's a team player and that can, it's like a great representative of their kind, and makes those shots, and gentle, a gentle giant, but like there's no mistaking, you know, there's power behind his form. All right, so there's that. That's the first part of my sandwich. Okay. Revealing, revelation. Okay. All right. Okay, so my what's the second part of my sandwich? I got these two: the empty room inverted, the queen inverted. It's kind of like quieting the room. Is that what it is? It's also the void in which one can create, like in peace. Yeah, manifest. That's a full moon right there. The big cheese with a ruby. I forget what the ruby symbolizes. I'm gonna find out. That's justice. La-ti-da, la-ti-da, okay. The Empress, the Mother, the Queen, the Sovereign. That's crazy. It's the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. This is crazy. That's who I am? Yeah. For sure. That's crazy weird. When in light, the embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, stillness. When in dark, vain, wrathful, self-righteous, and demanding. Yeah, when there's reason to get angry, I will, take on, like a commander. The queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but claims the throne, knowing the king draws near. She is a magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nonetheless. Read Cleopatra's monologue in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2. Then read about Inanna, Tara, and Hera. Those are very, very powerful energies. Like her counterpart, the king, the queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous mood casting a shadow across the lands. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and goddesses to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing, which is, where are you here? To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. I didn't know what to expect, but okay. XLII, Captain. The vortex, the abyss, the nothing, the void. When in light, spaciousness, potential, possibility. When in dark, addiction, insatiability, more for more's sake. I don't find myself in that. So being paired with the queen, I'm in the light, but also kind of this is basically like quarantined for good purpose. A day of silence is a surefire way to harness the power of the empty room. Okay, yeah. Alright, so there's that. Bottom of the deck now is a gem in reverse. Top of the deck, no secret, is a riddle. Talk about speaking in codes. So there's more to this than meets the eye or meets the audible. But this also drives point to this energy with my Divine Collective's takeaway. I'm looking at the nesting here. So there's a rightful disposition, as well as I forgot what they were going to say. Interesting. I don't know what else to say about that. There's something else that's kind of missing. I don't even know what it is, but okay. We'll just do one. And Knight of Cups. Gnosis. I forget what Gnosis is. And then I'm going to stop it. Stop it. Stop it. LXXV. Gnosis. Innermost knowing, mystic truths. So despite like all of these happenings, there's an element of magic in the air. Contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions, that's when in light, when in dark, over intellectualizing and literalizing, asking others. Yeah, so definitely this is that's why it feels like it's kind of missing, but I should not be overextending myself in the reach, neither should my collective. Everything is pretty obvious here, and within its most intimate forms. The translation of other dialogues, Other terms will be revealed at your own discretion. That's what they're saying. All right, that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in enough light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength, properties, passions from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to light and love energy, and to be refortified in me, only me, hassle free, no doubt, and no judgment, except for bonus buttons included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due. Assisting with a sequence of roll out and light and love. I close the portals in this reading. Now.